In case you guys were wondering, this podcast is rated M for mature, so please, please leave your children at home and put your headphones on for this one. It's going to be a bumpy ride. No STDs included. No, I'm ready.
How ready are we?
Ready like Eddie and spaghetti. No, fish and spaghetti.
Fish and spaghetti?
Yeah.
Threw up all over your hoodie? Mom spaghetti?
That's corny. Welcome to the Gaming Cult Media Podcast, Season 1, Episode 2. I know it's 2 in such a short time, but we're trying with consistency. Let's get ready for this bumpy ride. No STDs included. I don't know how I almost messed up STDs. I guess this whole election process really got me anxious as hell just to get this all out of the way already.
Yeah, the election process.
Not to bring politics into this, but I remember somebody saying that, like, when George H.W. Bush was being elected, back before I was even born, apparently the votes weren't finished until December 12th.
Oh, yeah.
So that's why somebody said, which is coming out? Who's going to be first? Nevada or Cyberpunk 2077? So, neither here nor there, but let's get ready. Let's start the show.
All right. God, this guy. Why are we doing this? All right, so what's on the agenda for today?
Activision doubles down on mobile games.
Oh, my God.
And I personally don't care about mobile games.
Sorry, guys. We're recording in an environment that isn't ideal.
Yes, we really are. That's why it was like literally maybe 10 seconds of weird quietness just now. Because we thought we was going to get PTSD'd.
Oh, my God.
But I only have a few Activision games myself, so the fact that these guys are going deeper into mobile games, it doesn't faze me because I personally don't care, but I know it's going to faze a lot of people who are Call of Duty gamers. And I don't know why mobile gamers are just so goddamn lazy. Like, I don't play video games on my iPad. I don't play them on my phone. And the last time I played any games, I have games on my phone, but I need to just delete them because I don't play them anyway.
Last game I played on my phone was like, oh no, I'm lying right now. I just thought about something. I've been playing Flow Free. That I've been playing a lot on my phone. I've been playing this weird game called Ants.
Well, actually, you know what? A lot of people's been playing Among Us.
Oh yeah.
Because you could download that for free on mobile and it's also on PC.
That game is crazy. Among
But
Us.
you know what? It's only a matter of time before you see Among Us on PS5 and Xbox Series X, and it's cross-platform. Mark my words. That's exactly what's gonna. That's exactly what's gonna happen because that game is so popular right now.
Yeah.
You could breathe life back into it by saying, "Guess what? It's coming out for the PS4 and the Xbox and the Xbox One X and the PS5 and the Xbox Series X."
Oh wow. Yeah, that'd be a crazy announcement.
That'll probably start next year, 2021.
Yeah, of course.
Because right around the time of the end of January into like March, they start announcing like pre-E3 stuff.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Like a couple of 100 and something days before E3 actually starts.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't be surprised if that actually starts soon, and we find out, oh yay, Among Us is on new platforms. Also, just to get everyone up to speed, the new consoles drop very, very soon.
Like next week.
Monday, November 10th.
That's
you
Tuesday.
have Tuesday, November 10th. Thank you. You have the Xbox Series S and the Xbox Series X. And the way they're doing pre-orders, apparently they're not allowing for people to do pickup on a line. You actually have to do it by appointment. Some places are doing it like that. I don't know if that's city by city, but I know New York is doing it on you have to actually have an appointment to come and pick it up because they don't want lines of people. So
That's interesting. I never heard about that.
I mean, I don't know if it's for the Xbox, but I do know they're doing that for the PlayStation. Um, November 12th is the PS5, as well as a staggered release of the following week, November 19th, being for the rest of Europe and other markets. Not just Europe, but other European markets. That's a better way of putting it.
The Europeans are enjoying it.
Also, we're gonna give an update soon for, I guess, next podcast on the Sony and Crunchyroll thing. See if there's any updates on that.
Yeah, next podcast we'll talk about that.
Yeah, and what else? Oh, they should be getting news soon. Well, maybe around the time of the what is that, the video game awards. Probably have news on whether Genshin Impact will be on the Xbox Series X, but I doubt they're gonna, because the way it seems is, since that game is on PS4 right now only and on PC, they are talking about bringing it to the Xbox, but I don't think they're gonna put it on the One X or the Xbox One, which it'll probably still be on those simply because Game Pass.
Yeah. Wait, isn't that game on mobile as well?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I also feel like the reason why that game is specifically only on PlayStation and PC is because it goes based off of, when you think of Xbox, a lot of people don't think of anime type games, otaku stuff. They think of shooters, Call of Duty,
right. First person shooter,
yeah,
and all that stuff.
Forza. You don't think of games like Spider-Man. You never, even if there was a deal, which there were a few deals that Microsoft did where they had like content exclusive, or it was shown off on that 360 for Spider-Man games like Web of Shadows and stuff. But I could be wrong about that. I would have to look back on that. I'm not sure, but I know they did have because that was the most popular system last gen. So I would automatically assume that they did have stuff like Web of Shadows, and we get to show it off on our system at E3 and shit.
I mean, Xbox has always been multiplayer
focused. Yeah.
Compared to the PlayStation, that their focus more is on like single player games,
single player,
especially like story games and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So there's plenty of people that prefer PlayStation because of that, because they like playing that.
Now I feel like it's only with the PS4 that things started off differently, and it all started at E3 2013. Somebody should have just kept Don Magic away from the microphone, because that just soured everybody.
Oh yeah.
And then the backflips he was doing and all of that other stuff, it just was super unnecessary. But that did kind of segue us out of the news for the rest of this month into news about Activision focusing more on mobile games, and I guess this is due to them wanting a higher revenue gain whenever their new fiscal year starts and ends.
I don't know. I heard, because
they don't have a lot of good games. If you think about it, they just have Call of Duty.
That's it.
When you think of Activision, you don't think of, they should be known for other stuff. People don't even know Activision owns Spyro the Dragon. You wouldn't know that until someone tells you.
Yeah, exactly. Like we just told you. We just
Pretty
blew your
much.
minds.
Where'd you find that at, son? Still in meeting. But
yeah, Resident Thug isn't here today. Sorry for the ladies.
Yeah, happy
out there.
birthday! Shout out to Giovanni for being on the podcast with us this week, actually, and happy birthday to you.
Yeah, today's is no. What is today?
The 6th
no,
now.
The
It
6th.
was yesterday,
It was yesterday.
November 5th. Yeah.
Okay. So happy belated.
Happy belated.
Hope you're
You hear me,
listening.
baby? So pause. So yeah, Activision doubles down on mobile games. Mobile gaming is huge to them. 300 million worldwide.
I think that number is probably higher than that.
Yeah, it's definitely higher than that, but let's go with 300 million plus then.
There you go.
And they feel the fans want this.
Yeah,
Diablo
right.
Immortal is still not out.
No, and they announced that by like 2 years ago.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not feeling Activision anymore.
Yeah, a lot of people
The
are.
last time I bought a Call of Duty game was Modern Warfare 2 on 360.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
That's it.
Like, last time I bought one was the collector's edition. Came with like a care package. You pop it open.
Yeah,
It had
that was
a
wasn't that
drone. Had a drone and everything. Black
Modern
Ops. That was
Oh,
Black Ops.
I was gonna say Modern Warfare
No,
3.
that was Black Ops 2. I think it was.
Yeah.
That's the last time I bought one, and I didn't even keep the game. I like legit bought like the PlayStation version so I can give it to my wife because she plays that with her sisters.
Yeah.
I kept the care package. She kept the game.
It's actually kind of crazy though when you think about it. Like all these gaming companies are starting to throw their focus towards, you know, mobile gaming, which is not bad, but
Yeah, it's not.
I feel like when it comes to that, try to get a better a grasp and like don't take like attempt to make new IP.
Yeah, exactly.
That way, that new IP can then be brought to PC and console, rather than take old stuff and put it on mobile.
Yeah, but sometimes that it helps save money.
Yeah, no, it does, but
You know, because if you get a new IP, it's a new IP. Have to register the name, register other copyrighted stuff that's in the game. You have to hire a team. You know, now you gotta like set up a budget for people that are working regular 40 hours. Anybody that's working over 40 hours for that overtime, that's another
crunch.
budget.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Then you have to, depending on your studio, is like, hey, are we like legit a studio or are we just doing some independent work? If so, benefits.
I don't know if people know this about New York. I think other states do it too, but I'm not sure. But just bear with me for a minute because this goes into what he said about Activision. A lot of schools in New York, and I'm sure you know this, they integrate other high schools and junior high schools into that school,
yeah.
so they can cut costs on maintaining another school in another district.
Yep.
Especially if either that district is somewhat empty and people are traveling outside of where they are to go to this school, or because this person didn't want to go to that school, so people start pulling their children out of that school because it's bad or something.
Yeah.
That's why costs are low whenever a gaming publisher decides to do an in-house studio within a studio. Like, give someone else something to do and work on something. The only cost is going to be copywriting and making sure that the intellectual property is maintained. Like, what's the word I'm looking for? Maintained, for years to come, so that way no one can steal it or buy it or get in a domain name and stuff like that. Because I actually remember that happened to Microsoft when someone had just said, oh, you know what, I'm going to buy the domain Xbox One. And then Microsoft had to purchase it from this one random guy.
Oh, I remember that.
And he made bank.
Yep.
And it makes me think, I'm going to make a domain name for PlayStation 6. I'm going to do it right now. And I'm going to register it. And I'm going to pay it for the next 12 years. And I'm going to make a domain name for Xbox 520. I'm going to make a domain name for Xbox 2.1.
There you go.
And 2. And, just Series G or some crazy. I'm, just domain name so I can get this money. Get rich quick schemes do work sometimes. It just depends on how you do it. Plus, keeping a domain is actually fairly cheap. It's not expensive at all.
It is not.
Like, registering a domain per month, probably $30 a month.
Yep. That's it.
Highest. Just to keep it. So, yeah.
Brought to you by our sponsor. I'm kidding. We don't have a sponsor.
That would be nice, though. You guys can definitely chat it up. 1337 Leap. We just went past that number.
Yeah,
so
we did.
Hopefully you guys see it in there and bust out laughing with it. Call of Duty file size on console.
Oh yeah, I heard about this.
Refresh my memory because I could have sworn I heard somebody say 75 gigabytes, but I could be wrong.
No, it's more than that.
It is?
Yep.
So what we talking?
So, Call of Duty.
By the way, can I just cut him off real quick? Xbox comes out on a Tuesday, the 10th of November. PlayStation 5 comes out on a Thursday, the 12th of November. Call of Duty Cold War comes out on the 13th of November, a Friday. Activision only knows good things when it comes to marketing stuff because that is genius.
Yeah, it is.
That's gonna take away any chance of people wanting to see anybody play any other game, simply because those new consoles are going to sweep the floor when it comes to people just live streaming. Twitch is flooded with all of that stuff. But yeah, what's the gigabyte size on Call of Duty?
I think it was
Cold
over.
War.
I think it was over 180 gigabytes.
Huh?
Yeah.
I
So
don't hear you, baby.
180 gigabytes over that. I
And,
believe so.
All right, so it's 180 gigabytes, right?
Yeah.
The PS5 comes with an 825 gigabyte SSD, and you cut it down. Apparently, they're working on it, and it's not 664 anymore because that's what it was. It's now 712, which is still, give or take, it doesn't matter. It's still not a lot
Yeah.
of space, period.
It's not. Yeah.
And the Xbox Series S is 512 gigabytes, and you get, what is it, 364 gigabytes for games and apps.
Yeah, that's right.
And for the Series S is 1 terabyte. I mean, the Series X, it's 1
1
terabyte,
terabyte.
and you only get 886,
Yes.
right?
Yep.
What the hell made them think 180 gigabytes was a good idea?
Well,
That's one game for the rest of the generation. That's it.
yeah, pretty much. So that one game being such a big number has to do with assets.
Yeah, I'm listening. Assets.
Assets, yes.
Yeah.
Has to do with assets. Has to do. Fucking
Assets.
guy. Okay. Assets. And actual 4K graphics. Are you done there yet? This guy just left crumbs all over. All right, so has to do with assets, has to do with graphics and stuff, types of rendering, the actual game itself. Single player campaign is tiny compared to like multiplayer stuff. So
Yeah, and there's also Warzone.
yeah,
So
that's right. The
but
only,
180?
I mean, you're allowed to pick what you want to install.
Yeah, that's
You know, even if you install the whole entire thing, you can later on remove whatever. So if you finish the campaign, single player campaign, you're done. You can just uninstall it.
I feel like eventually there's gonna come a time where they have to learn some sort of a better compression technique without damaging assets, because having all of this asset and it being 180 gigabytes, it's not good at all.
It's not.
It's not, especially considering these systems don't have a lot of memory to begin with.
That's why I'm about to date myself right now. That's why they made Matroska. .mkv. That's
Yeah.
like a video file format. So you still get exactly what a Blu-ray should look like on a Blu-ray disc,
Yeah,
but in a smaller form factor. So instead of like, let's say as an example,
that's not on the digital side. That's on the hardware side, though, right?
no, that's on the digital side.
Oh, okay.
So let's say,
yeah.
let's say for example, like you have a Blu-ray disc that's like 100 gigs. Matroska would like automatically like bring it down to 60 around there.
Yeah.
50, 60 gigs,
And
depending on
that's
what's
available.
going on.
That's available on PC, though.
Yeah.
But my question is, why? Like Microsoft. One thing I can say about Microsoft, when it comes to the hardware side, this Xbox Series X looks amazing. Usually they do a shit job because the Xbox One looked like a Betamax, and yeah, we're not going to get into the ones before that because their design was, to me, it was bad. Like even with the PS3, that was bad. Like they just did a horrible job overall.
Yeah.
Even Nintendo did a horrible job. The Wii was good, but it looked like a piece of expletive. I'll just leave it at that. It looked horrible. Like all of I don't know who was doing these console designs and thought these was great ideas, but they was horrible. But the PS5 and the Xbox Series X, they do look much better than previous, but they also need to be able to add more modular systems to it, like being able to give the developers an option to do that and compress the files.
Yeah.
Like I don't know
Or
why.
or hear me out. How about, like I was telling you earlier, have two different hard drives. So like,
Yeah.
one hard drive dedicated to the operating system and whatever assets that needs, and another hard drive for the gamers, for the games.
I feel like they could have done that this time around, but I
They
feel
could.
like heat and quietness is a thing. If you
Yeah,
would have
that's
added
true.
a secondary mechanical drive to the Series X, it wouldn't be quiet at
Well,
all.
we're not doing mechanical because they both have custom NVMe's, right?
Yeah,
Okay, so then
fan. Because
X.
I don't know. I think they did a teardown of the Series X. It's not the same vapor chamber cooler that's in this the One X.
Yeah, but there's only one fan.
And that still would have ended up bad though.
Uh,
Like I can think
yeah,
of so many
it
possibilities
would have
of
throttled up to 100.
like a jet engine. Like I mean, it wouldn't be as bad as the PS4 or the PS4 Pro. I mean, you put Horizon Zero Dawn and watch that joint boot up like a 747 on the runway. That's why,
God.
like, although we're not sponsored by them, I'll say this: people may give Astro headphones shit because they're very expensive, but when I put those 840 TRs on, I don't know my PS4 Pro is about to take off. I can't hear it.
Hey, Astros, if you're listening, you're a really good company. I'd like to get sponsored by you. That'd be
Please,
great.
we need headphones over here.
Yes.
We do giveaways too.
Yes.
Please,
You're the best.
please, not police, please.
Please. He has an accent.
Um,
Oh man. So yeah. So that's what's going on with that, with the whole hard drive thing and the Call of Duty and all that.
yeah, I don't know how to
File
feel
size.
about that. Like, while the game does look better because you're gonna have actual native 4K assets on both systems.
Yeah, the S doesn't do 4K, 1440p.
Well, I'm only talking about the Series X and the PS4.
Oh, okay. So then here you go.
Yeah. Speaking of which, this has nothing to do with the Well, it has a lot to do with the podcast, but probably nothing to do with what we were talking about as far as Call of Duty. I would definitely say for those of you who want to get an Xbox system, this is something we did. You could check the Gaming Cult page. We have a video up where me and Joker XNYC both went to the Microsoft store,
Yeah.
and he somehow ended up walking out with a 1X. So the statute of limitations is off on that one. So now we can talk about it because his wife knows already.
Yeah, my wife knows what I did.
And
She wasn't too happy.
He
She's
basically
not too
got
happy,
it
but
on a
whatever.
monthly down payment. So if you have
Yeah.
somewhat decent
Oh,
credit,
that's right. Yes.
Yeah.
I heard about. Okay, so here's the thing. On their website, Microsoft's website, if you already have the All Access, if you're already part of the All Access program, there's a form, like a small little form you can fill out to see if you can upgrade.
yeah,
And if you are eligible for an upgrade, then you actually get the Series X,
yeah.
no problem.
This is what, like maybe $40 a month. Well, no less
Something
than
like
that.
that.
Maybe like $35 a month.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
if
Depending
you,
on your credit, by the way.
yes,
So
depending on your credit. So if you
if it's
have
under $630, definitely $50 a month. Well, you might not even get approved. So don't listen.
the program is done through Dell and their peoples. Remember, Microsoft bought out Dell a couple years back. So
Yeah, Monopoly.
yeah. So if you are interested, go on the Microsoft website, or if there happens to be a Microsoft store near you that's open, hop right in and figure things out.
And the best part about that is not being able to get the system right then and there. The best part is getting 2 years of Xbox Games Pass
Yep.
for free with the system.
It's included in there. Yep.
So that is a steal. And one of the other parts is, imagine you already got a PS5. Let's just put the scenario. You already got a PS5. You like the way the Series S looks, but you don't want to pay $299. You're being cheap. You can walk into a Microsoft store, get approved for the system, pay $24 a month, and get an all access of 2 years worth of Game Pass for free.
Yeah.
So take it upon yourself to see what the other side. For those of you who aren't console warriors, because we don't need that fanboy BS. Take your time to see
PC
what
Master
Games
Race.
Pass has to offer, and if you have a PC, even better. Get Games Pass.
Yep.
download those free games, play them.
Yeah,
Because right now, we're in very trying times where people need some type of distraction,
yeah,
a positive distraction, to just play some good story-driven games. You don't need to always be in a multiplayer lobby, but definitely some good story-driven games to keep your mind at ease.
yeah, yeah.
Until the dust is settled, because we're still dealing with COVID. We're still dealing with COVID, as well as blatant racism and ignorance all across the United States. So please be safe out there. Just get yourself something to keep your mind occupied in these times.
Yeah.
And what's better than getting a game console if you can't have, or you don't have, a gaming PC?
Yep.
So there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, get yourself the Game Pass on Xbox. There's a console version and a PC version. If you happen to have both, then get yourself the Ultimate Game Pass. Now you have games for both the console and the system.
Yeah. And they also have one for 6 months. It's like 50.
Yeah. 50
sometimes it's on sale for $44, but it's usually $59 a month.
Yeah, something like that.
$59 for 6 months.
I think so.
44 for 3 months.
Yeah, 44 for 3 months.
And also, don't forget PlayStation Now. PlayStation Now is also good, but it won't be as good on the PS5, only because Sony's going Sony. They're not really good at software sides of things. They're good at the hardware side of things.
Yeah, they're good at the hardware side of things.
So I would definitely say you can still get PlayStation Now on your PS4 and play all PS3 and access to PS2 classics. But on your PS5, you get access to all the PlayStation 4 games, as well as if you have PlayStation Plus, you get access to about 25 games at launch for the PS5 free of charge if you have PlayStation Plus activated on your account. So yeah,
this body armor drink is great.
That should be another sponsor.
Body armor. If you're listening, send me a case.
A caseload of those, please.
Blackout Berry. It's one of my favorites. All right, what's next?
Black Ops Cold War new prestige system.
Yes.
Comes out tomorrow, time of this recording.
Yes. Thank you for Bryson send me that?
Bryce. Yeah.
Thanks, Bryce. Shout out to Bryce. Yay.
Ramboden, thank you.
Listen. let me call him the carcinogen, all right? Bro, I'm kidding, bro. You're the best. All right, thank you for the information. So yeah, Black Ops Cold War. At the time of this recording, is gonna come out tomorrow. Well, today's Friday, so that means it's Saturday. So yeah, tomorrow, new prestige system. Not sure what's going on with that, but I heard that it's gonna be a clusterfuck. I guess, I don't know. I'm not 100% sure with that thing.
What, the way the new prestige is? So it's gonna be bad, basically.
Yeah. That's what I heard.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Yeah.
Don't even attempt to add new stuff to it, because that's not a smart idea.
Whatever. What we got?
Yeah, we could do AMD.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, my God. Listen.
So, before we speak about AMD stuff, a lot of people were, the same way people were attempting to pre-order the PS5 and the Xbox, people were trying to get their hands on a 380 or 390 and failed because bots are really in full effect. See, that's what the problem is. Cards. Yeah, we're talking about PC stuff.
PC stuff now.
So that's the problem with people being quarantined in their house. Gamers were already quarantined.
Yeah.
Since you came out the womb.
By choice.
But the crazy part is the sneakerheads weren't really on quarantine. They were walking out and about in the regular world. Mm-hmm. And now the sneakerheads are the exact reason why the PlayStation 5 sold out so quick, why the Series X and the Series S sold out so quick, why the 380 and the 380 Ti, as well as, the 380 Ti was just announced. Leaked benchmarks. So I'll say 380, the 390, and 370 were all sold out.
Well, he meant the 3070, 3080, and the 3090, not the 390, 380, 370.
I think they know what the hell I'm talking about. Especially if you're a PC person.
Yeah, well, those are all NVIDIA graphics cards. They were all announced, they were all released, and they all sold out within like the first 2 days, something like that.
Nah, not even. The way they sold out in clusters.
Oh my God, yeah.
So they did sell out within the first 2 days, but the way they sold out was okay. I go onto the website to purchase it, Zotac, Nvidia, wherever.
Yeah.
I go purchase the graphics card on Zotac. Like, let's say I go purchase it from Zotac. Now you're in a queue. Sold out. Now I gotta wait a couple of hours to try and purchase it again.
Mm-hmm.
Sold out. Now I gotta wait a couple of hours. I'm just constantly sitting there. F5, 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 F5.
Refresh.
So, not only is it due to bit mining, which people are still doing,
Mm-hmm.
but it's also due to people buying the cards with a bot to resell to the bit miners at the highest bidder. So the cards were $3.99, $4.99, $6.99, right?
Yeah, respectively. Yeah.
Now they're $1,200, $2,000, $2,500.
Yeah.
Like in between that realm of pricing. And the only people who are purchasing these are bit miners. And when they're done with them, they're going to sell those cards in bulk because they need multiples.
Yeah.
So if I was a bit miner and I had 3 3080s, I'm going to sell all three together. I'm not selling it simple by itself. You got to buy all three for $2,500.
Yep. You have to.
Otherwise, I'm not selling you just one.
Yep.
Unless you're a friend. And even then.
And not even then. Yeah.
Yeah. Even then, bit miners are selfish.
You have to
so
sell it.
depends.
You have to sell it in bulk. You can't sell it individually.
Mm-hmm.
You need as many graphics cards as possible for the processing power to start mining for coins.
Yep.
That's great. Oh my god, here we go again.
So yeah, that's the part that kind of threw me off with Nvidia.
That's a lot of crumbs, man. Really? All right, now if we can get over the noise that this guy's making with his mouse, let's talk about AMD CPU. I was waiting for that. All right, so AMD released their new Ryzen systems, right? New Ryzen CPUs. What is it?
5900X.
Yeah, 5900X. It's the Ryzen 5, Ryzen 7, Ryzen 9, right? And they're all 5900X, with the exception of the other 9, Ryzen 9 CPU. There's like a 5900X something. I forgot the fucking label on it.
One's probably 5900, 5950 or 5960.
No. They're all 5900X.
Oh yeah, no, that's
All of
Intel. I'm wilding.
So
Intel does that.
right now, Intel, their their best CPU right now is the 10900K, right? That's like the best
Multi-threader.
Yeah, the best multi-threader you can get. It does great on games, rendering,
Which is crazy because that card is very top tier. I mean, that CPU is very top tier. And the closest thing to that CPU for the low is a Threadripper,
Yeah.
which is AMD.
Yeah. Yep. Now AMD announced these new CPUs, and with the exception of the Ryzen 5 5900X, that one was like shy 200 points after like rendering and a benchmark and stuff for
budget
FPS
tier,
and
right?
everything. Yep, that's like low budget tier.
Who would have thought that we'd come to this world in this time frame and say, yeah, AMD's gonna be better than Intel?
Yeah,
Nobody.
Yep.
It was like, yeah, okay, you're on coke.
Yeah, because the last time AMD was relevant was back with the Phenom series.
Cocaine.
Oh god. Was back in the Phenom series when they came out with their Phenom lineup. Why are you being so annoying with your food right now?
Door magics.
Sound effects?
Sound like a transformer, right? Bet y'all don't know what that was.
So yeah. So with the exception of that one, other than that, the Ryzen 7 and the other two CPUs, Ryzen 9s, they blew the 10900K out of the fucking water when it comes to multi-thread and single-thread renditions. Okay? Which is fucking crazy. Their bench scores were like off the charts. It was fucking ridiculous. It was like crazy. So I'll link you guys to some other guy that actually done the benchmarking and stuff, so that way you guys can see what I'm talking about.
That's exactly what I'm looking for right now too. Oh, there we go. So,
you got numbers?
Wow. Okay. So what we're looking at is the R9 series of the card. There's two CPU. I mean, there's a R9 5900X. 24 threads.
I'm sorry, yeah, that was a difference. That one had couple more cores and a couple more threads.
24 cores, 12 threads.
Yeah.
And the 5950X. So I was right.
Oh, you okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
And the 5950X is 32 cores, 16 threads. So
yeah,
that's in the realm of Threadripper.
Yeah.
And then the R750 800X, which I'm glad I didn't purchase a CPU now, because if I would have known that this was going to come out, for some reason, I always feel outdated even if I got something that was recent.
Mm-hmm.
When it comes to PCs.
Yeah.
I don't do that with phones. I'll definitely keep my phone for the next couple of years until 120 hertz is a standard across all phone screens.
It looks great, by the way.
R7 5800X, 16 cores, 8 threads. And then the R5 5600X, 12 cores, 6 thread, which is the low tier, which is the one you said that was like 200 points below.
Yeah, it was like just 200 points shy of like a 10900K from Intel.
Which is crazy, because usually the 5600X at that price, at that like the 200 points less.
Yeah.
That's more than likely going to be maybe 229, 249.
Yeah.
Price wise. And the 5800X is going to be 329. The 5900X R9 with the 24 cores and 12 threads, that's going to be $399. And then
around there, yeah.
The 5950 is going to be $499, because that's how much the original Threadripper was.
Mm-hmm.
It was $499. If you bought a Threadripper from last year, you don't need to upgrade.
Yeah, you know.
Because the Threadripper is going to set you up for maybe the next 3-4 years after. So 2024, the end of 2023, 24, middle of 2024, you should be getting a new CPU.
Mm-hmm.
And a whole new motherboard, actually, because you don't want burnout.
Oh man. All right, so we had a slight hiccup. It was funny though.
Yeah, it was a funny hiccup.
All right, you guys already heard it.
So October 8th.
Somebody asked a question in the background, and then we answered.
They basically asked, was Rite Aid open?
Yeah.
It's hilarious. Very hilarious.
So what were we talking about now? Oh yeah,
CPUs. Price wise, I think it's a good idea.
Yeah. If anybody wants to upgrade, I recommend waiting a little bit longer.
Also, I want to put a introductory. Well, it's not an introductory. It's a Lego build shop for PCs. If you new to it and you just want to build a PC, period, like even if it doesn't have nothing to do with gaming, I definitely recommend PCPartPicker.com.
Yep, it's a good website.
Yeah. So we'll put the links in the description for that. But PC Part Picker is basically Legos for PC people. And you can build a photo for videos, like anything, rendering. And definitely, which is crazy when it comes to rendering and photo and video, you definitely want to go all AMD.
Yeah.
Now you want to go all AMD, because before I would have said AMD for the CPU and Intel for the GPU. I mean, NVIDIA for the GPU. But now you can actually do both AMD.
You can make
and
you'll be
set, because that's way cheaper. Literally, sometimes your whole bill come out to maybe $1,000 cheaper just because you decided to go AMD.
Yeah, and just in case for you fanboys and girls out there that talk about Mac is the best, you can still get viruses on Macs. I'm telling you now, you can still get them.
I wouldn't say you can get viruses as much as I can say the cores is shit.
Yeah.
Like mine's doesn't have viruses as much. X-rated stuff I watch on there. Mine's don't have
There would have been
viruses.
a body armor juice all over the computer right now.
Mine's doesn't have viruses. However, mine's was, I guess you could say, the middle to top end. And which is crazy because right when I bought mine's, then they lowered the price of the 4K model, and I'm just sitting there like, oh, okay, well, F off. Basically, the low tier ones, the ones that's like $12.99 and $14.99. At the time that I bought mine's, I didn't get the 4K version because it was $17.99, and the $14.99 one that I did buy didn't have more than 16 gigabytes of RAM. So the one I currently have only has 8 gigabytes of RAM.
Yeah.
So anything with RAM allocation issues on a Mac, if you have like the 27-inch Mac, that allows you to pop the back out and put more RAM in it.
Yeah.
But the 21-inch and lower, like you can't do nothing with that. There's nothing you can do with that unless you decide to sell it and get a new one.
With that being said, you can build what is called a Hackintosh,
which is better.
Yeah, better in a lot of sense, where it's legit your own build, running the operating system of an Apple.
You can do that on PC Part Picker.
Yes, you can. It's not Windows. It's not anything else. It's like legit Mac.
You can have it boot Windows though. You can have it run it through Windows Boot Camp to have it boot Windows on there, and have Windows still on it. That's if you want to do that.
Yeah.
But
other than that, the Mac OS is still the Mac OS. Whatever the Mac OS is called right now. What is it? Yosemite? Not Yosemite.
No, it's what is that drink called?
Leopard.
No, it's not Leopard.
That's old.
Hey, that's real.
That's
old.
a real old one.
I'm like, what?
Whatever the Mac OS, the current Mac OS is, you can have that running, and it runs exactly like a Mac. It's in a custom built computer. That's all it is.
Mojave.
Mojave's the new one.
No.
Okay.
Is it?
Is it? When did that come out?
Mojave sounds like it's old.
Catalina?
Definitely not Catalina.
Anyways, so while he's researching, yeah.
Big Sur.
Who?
Big Sur.
Big Sur?
Not even Big Sur.
God.
The mountains.
The mountain Big Surs. Okay.
Big Sur.
There you go. So it's like legit.
Damn, that's bad. I can tell you anything about iOS and iPad OS and Watch OS, but I need a better iMac before I learn what the hell the new update, the newest update of Big Sur is, because my RAM is very low.
Yeah.
8 gigs don't do nothing.
If you guys need help, please reach out to I Am Lord or myself, Joker X NYC. Leave comments. Hit us up on the back end.
That's a good song too, by the way. Don Toliver, back end, is really good. Y'all should listen to that.
I guess. So yeah, that's it for the AMD news right there.
The next one would definitely be Sony stopping custom plates, and I have a lot to say about that.
Here we go. This is going to be the rest of the podcast right here.
Nah, it's because I think there could be two outcomes to that. Because Microsoft has done stuff like this too, where they stop something and it makes them look like the bad guy, and then they bring it back out, and it's like, oh wow, that's crazy. I thought you guys was gonna completely can it.
Yeah.
Then you also have, y'all can stop people from making the faceplates for the PS5. However, you can't stop me from buying a 3D printer. I'll just say that. You can't sue me for purchasing a 3D printer and printing my own faceplate for the PS5.
How would that look though?
Very nice. Very, very nice. Because I'm sure someone going to print some wild stuff.
Imagine.
People, think about it.
Plaid.
People have...
Print me out a plaid plate.
Lumberjack status.
Lumberjack status.
I'm in the woods. About it. I've seen people make PC cases with a 3D printer.
Yeah.
It's not far-fetched to make a PS5 faceplate.
Yeah.
Third parties have been sent cease and desist from making PS5 faceplates, which is greedy if Sony's deciding to make their own. Which usually big companies do that. Like, okay, well, if a third party's gonna make it, let me do it first, and then you can do it.
Remember they
You
did
get what I'm saying?
when they first came out with the PS4.
I mean, they should all be like Apple, though.
Yeah.
You know why? Because Apple says, yeah, nah, go ahead and do it. Put it in the App Store. And then 2 years later, they buy the whole company. So
There you go. So when the PS4 first came out, they had that little part where you can like pop open.
Yeah, the glass strip club.
Yeah, the glass strip where you could like swap out the hard drive in.
Yeah.
Yeah, that side.
People was making... Sony made customs. People
Yeah.
didn't make them.
Yeah.
But then
Sony
people
was
started to make them.
Yeah.
Because no one thought, oh, let me make a see-through faceplate.
Yeah. And then after that, Sony was like, you know what? Let's just make the whole entire thing a custom thing. So.
But you know what else? I think that they took... when companies send you those little surveys...
Oh yeah.
And then at the end they ask you, well, what would you do such and such?
Yeah.
I told some of the gaming cult people, yo, if you get a survey from Sony, tell them you want the PlayStation 5 to be modular. Now, albeit this isn't modular,
Yeah.
it's customizable.
Yeah.
So it somewhat fits in that area, the gray area of it's modular, but it's not modular.
Yeah.
So I feel like they're going to take advantage of this, and maybe by the first 6 months of next year, you'll see them announce, oh, yeah, we got custom face plates for $29.99 for the PS5. And if they do it that cheap, which they most likely will, between $29 and I would say $59. $59.99.
Yeah.
$29.99 and $59.99 for the faceplates, or for a replaceable faceplate.
Yeah.
Then they're gonna say, okay, now you third parties could do it because they want to make their money first.
Yeah, of course.
And what company wouldn't? That's like Microsoft. Someone's gonna make skins for the Series X and the Series S because of the way because of the way it's shaped. It's gonna happen.
Yeah.
But Microsoft, like. Let me just get this out there. People always saying, oh, Sony doesn't have any money. Listen, they're out of the black. Stop it, okay? That's a financial term, by the way. People thinking this is old Sony from the PS3 where they basically went broke marketing the PS3. It's not the same thing anymore.
They were in the red.
They're getting ready to spend $957 million on Crunchyroll. That is not broke by any means.
Well, that could also be the entertainment side.
Yeah, but they're still owned by the entertainment side. They're autonomous somewhat.
Yeah, you're right.
Because they're making the back end of money. There go that word again.
Yeah.
They're making the back end of the money back for Sony as a whole. Because now if you look at their fiscal year when it comes to, we got these to come out, and it made us our money back from the music side because we're not doing so well on the laptops. That's why they sold off their laptop division. You don't see Sony Files anymore. And you don't see you don't see Sony Vios anymore. You don't see the Walkmans anymore.
Oh, yeah, Walkmans are done.
Well, I mean, those been done for a while, but you do still see Sony TVs because they're doing somewhat better than usual. Long story short, PlayStation is making them a killing right now. So I highly doubt that they would want to upset third parties and say, "Oh, you can't make these plates." And go back to PS3 era and how Sony was arrogant and did whatever they wanted to do and said, "Yeah, I can do what I want because I made the money." You get what I'm saying? Like I feel like those plates are gonna come back. Give it like 6 or 7 months.
Yeah,
they're gonna come back. And if it doesn't come back by Sony, it's gonna come back by people with 3D printers selling them on eBay for $34.99 on eBay.
I can see that happening.
It's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Because then they make their money back. Mind you, it's not expensive at all to buy a 3D printer filament.
Yeah, not expensive.
And if you got deals or you know people, you can actually get them cheap or free. And just split it with the other person.
Yeah, that's it.
So, it really all depends. Like next year we can see something crazy and they'll have custom plates again, or you'll have me and Al and Joker XNYC making 3D plates and making extra money.
Anybody want one of my face?
Imagine like when the Roadrunner runs into the thing and the face imprint is there. Imagine you have a face imprint of the plate on the PS5 now.
There you go. I know
like
people want
the side
that.
Of the plate.
The side of the plate. That's it. Oh man.
Yeah, no, that they basically just sent cease and desist for copyright infringement on those side plates.
Yeah.
The place that was selling the plates changed the name of the site and social media, and they canceled all pre-orders and refunded everyone their money.
Yep. In case if you guys were wondering, or if you guys ordered anything from them, you should have gotten your money back already.
Yes, you should.
Their social media is blacked out as well, so like they no longer have anything up.
Yet.
Yeah, for now.
And the next thing would definitely be the PS5 DualSense controller.
Yeah.
It's not backwards compatible. Although I did use it on my... Well, maybe that's because I didn't play a game on my PS4. I just plugged it in.
Yeah, no, if you plug it in, it's gonna work.
Yeah.
Because it's just giving it power. It's the whole fact of like actually using it that's an issue. And from what I'm understanding, is the whole using it with a game.
Yeah,
it has to be compatible.
Yeah, none of those games utilize the controller's full functions.
If you're on like on the main dashboard of the system or stuff, or if you're just plugging it in, of course it'll work. But other than that, it's not gonna be working anything with backwards compatibility.
Yeah,
it works on the PS3,
which is crazy.
Yeah,
but we all know why it works on the PS3 is because PlayStation.
PS3 was the future.
It really was the future. People shit on the PS3 about how bad the graphics were, but I think people just wasn't like if you brought the PS3 to now and they just released it now, like, or re-released it now, like as a classic console with that same chip in it, then people would be like, "Oh, I know how to use this architecture now."
Yeah, exactly.
Because it wasn't x86 Jaguar, it wasn't none of that. It was just some random stuff.
Yeah.
That was more powerful than a Jaguar CPU.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well, not CPU, ARM chip.
ARM chip, yeah.
Yeah. But it wasn't what people would classify as like, if this is easy to use. That's why when the PS4 came out, they went x86. So, yeah.
Well, it is what it is. Oh, well.
PSVR, you can actually get a PSVR adapter for the PS5, but the whole situation for how you can connect the PSVR to the PS5 is complicated as hell. So when you do decide to get that, it's just a heads up for everybody that so you know it's going to be very weird. The good part is you get it for free, so don't really stress yourself over it. You get the
little adapter?
Yeah, the little adapter. You get it for free for the PlayStation 5.
There you go.
There's going to be a PSVR too. Mark my words, there will be one. The PS4 controller can connect to the PS5, but only for last gen games.
Yeah.
So that's also something in case you didn't know it. We may or may not have something to talk about next week because Joker goes on vacation, but we will definitely update everyone. We'll probably do two podcasts the following week after that during that week, only because we would definitely have to talk about the release of the PS5 and Xbox Series X.
Yeah, we might have two separate podcasts.
And the new games and all of that stuff. One will definitely be very short because it would only be covering special topics about the PS5 or the Series X. Maybe 40 minutes.
If you guys have any questions about them, leave them down in the comments, and we'll try to answer them as best as we can. Join our social media groups. We'll have links down in the description as well for you guys.
Yes.
I just made a Discord for the Gaming Cult Media group. So if you guys want to join that, feel free. I have a link to my Twitch.
We also have links to all the Twitches, all the Telegrams.
Yep.
And the YouTubers.
That way you guys can join, subscribe, hit the bell, let me know what's going on. Remember, again, next week during my vacation, I'll be streaming the crap out of Assassin's Creed Valhalla. If you guys are interested, join me in conversation as well.
Jinkies.
Looks like I need a Scooby snack after this. Inside joke. You guys gotta be there.
Inside joke.
Deep.
I'm sure. Pause. I'm sure everybody who will be listening to this will get the inside joke if you're inside the Akatsuki chat on iMessage, or if you're in the Gaming Cult chat on Telegram, because I'll be sending that inside joke to some of those people in there. It's gonna be hilarious, so you'll definitely know about it.
So yeah. All right, guys. This is Joker X NYC,
and I am Lloyd.
Thanks for listening. We'll be back soon.
like a some booty.